Now on CoastTV News.
A fire weather warning is in effect for portions of our area today due to low humidity and gusty winds this afternoon. That will elevate the danger for fires. I'll have the details on that. Plus, much needed rain is on the way. Your forecast is coming up.
We also have a fire threat in New Jersey as we deal with issues here in Delmarva, the situation occurring in neighboring states.
Dredging to begin. What to expect at the Indian River Inlet once this project gets underway.
To the right side he goes, incomplete at the goal line.
Denied by Ravens D. That two-point try at the end of the game caps a wild comeback Thursday night in Baltimore.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Friday, November 8th, 2024. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, Paige, we just heard from Bob that more concern this morning with the drought-related warning.
Yeah, definitely. Not looking good. So we're going to bring in Bob right now. First alert meteorologist Bob Trahi. Bob, what are we looking at today drought-wise?
Well, actually, we do have, believe it or not, some showers moving through Maryland. We'll take a look at that in a second. But into the afternoon, that's when the danger is highest with this fire weather warning due to low humidity and gusty winds. All of Delaware is under this and parts of the eastern shore. More on that coming up. But we have clouds this morning. There is a little bit of moisture out there. No showers in Delaware, but look at this around Salisbury and then back towards George Island Landing. And then farther to the west, a few showers. It's not going to break the drought, but definitely good to see a little bit of moisture as these showers are moving from west to east. It looks like they are not going to get into Delaware, just affecting Maryland and Virginia to our south, and even a little bit of thunderstorm activity offshore. Otherwise, it will be drying out, and then that will set the stage for the possibility of that fire danger into the afternoon. 50s and 60s out the door this morning, so a little cooler as the winds are out of the north, but they will really start to ramp up later today. So here's Futurecast. We've got the clouds, maybe a few showers across Maryland, otherwise drying out, becoming breezy this afternoon. By noon, upper 60s and then lower 70s. At least it will be cooler into the afternoon, but it's the lower humidity and the winds that will be the problem as we go into the evening hours. And you can see how those winds really start to ramp up into the afternoon hours. More on the higher fire danger, but there is hope on the horizon. Some rain later in the weekend into early next week. More on that coming up a little later in the newscast.
All right, thank you, Bob. And we've been tracking this record drought for about a month and a half, and the warning that we just heard about, just the latest issue that we're dealing with.
Yeah, fire has been a concern for a while now. CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Milton. Elisa, although the fallen leaves, they look pretty this time of year, they could be a serious hazard.
Yeah, Matt and Paige, it's hard to remember what it feels like to experience a rainstorm or any rain at all because it's been over 40 days since we've experienced immeasurable rain here on Delmarva. And as Bob mentioned, we are under a fire weather warning. Due to those high winds and low humidity, fire dangers are expected, and it's something that we need to be aware of. And as you can see around me here in Milton, there's a lot of dry leaves on the ground. You can hear me running my foot along them. And while we have had beautiful foliage this time of year, and we've seen a lot of beautiful leaves on the trees and on the ground, it's dry leaves like these that can be a fire danger during these dry conditions that we are experiencing. And across Delaware and in parts of Maryland, there have been fire bans. The Maryland Department of Natural Resources actually banned open air burning, so no bonfires on the beach, no charcoal grilling, or any fire pits or campfires of any kind. And again, this is to make sure that we are staying safe during these dry conditions. And we actually saw a brush fire in Georgetown on Sunday, and while that was controlled by officials, we could see more instances like that occur as we still remain without rain. Back to you.
Lisa, thank you so much. Happening now, a wildfire tearing through parts of New Jersey. That's continuing to threaten several homes in that area. According to the New Jersey Forest Fire Service, firefighters have been working around the clock in order to get ahead of the fire's path, slow its advance, and help contain the blaze. Officials do say evacuation orders have been lifted as they believe they have a strong hold on those fires.
A Delmarva tradition like no other, Return Day, returning to the county seat on Thursday, a celebration of bipartisanship, and you can see on your screen what some of the parade looked like. For decades, before the returns of the election are read out loud, political opponents have ridden side by side in horse-drawn carriages. Though in more recent years, you see more cars, but the idea is the same. Politicians from across the state ride through town together. There are also marching bands and pageant queens, other parade festivities. After the big Return Day parade weaved its way through Georgetown, all eyes then turned to Sussex County Sheriff Robert Lee. He certified the 2024 election results. Then he passed them to the town crier, Kirk Lawson, who calls out the names of the winners and losers for all to hear. Crowds gather, as they do every 2 years, to honor this timeless Sussex County tradition. For Return Day first-timer Mike Drummond, this was a moment to see history in action.
I think more states, more counties, more of America, because I think in the end, we're all in this together, and we have to work together and not look at each other, even when we have disagreements, as the enemy.
A parade, plenty of food, games, and I'll do it again in 2 years.
Looking forward to it. Now, if you've been wondering why the holiday itself called Return Day, we have some history for you behind it. It's called Return Day because people returned to the county seat to hear the returns of the election read out loud. Voting has changed a lot in the past 2 centuries, however. Back in the horse and buggy days, voters would travel to the county seat to cast their ballots, and then 2 days later, the politically curious would return again to the county seat to hear the results shouted out by the town crier. It's possible Return Day started in 1792 while it was in Lewis, but according to the county, the tradition moved to Georgetown around 1811 to 1812.
And this brings us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know what makes Return Day important to you. So let's take a look at the updated results.
Okay, yesterday we had like an obvious majority. This we have a little bit more spread out. I like that. So 54% of you say the political unity. That's sweet. 35% of you the historical significance. And then a few chiming in with community interaction, your personal traditions. There's no wrong answers
I
there.
like all those options, Paige.
Me too. I wish we had all of the above option. But if you haven't voted yet, you still can. Go to coasttv.com or vote on our app. We'll show you some updated results later on Coast TV News Today.
Now, during a speech from the Rose Garden on Thursday, President Joe Biden promised his staff he would assist President-elect Trump's transition team, emphasizing a successful, free, and fair electoral process.
Yeah, Trump is now putting together his presidential cabinet. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us what both men are saying about the future transition of power.
She gave her whole heart and effort.
President Biden addressing the nation for the first time since President-elect Trump's decisive victory over Vice President Harris.
We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor only when you agree.
The president praising Harris for her historic run.
She ran an inspiring campaign, and everyone got to see something that I learned early on to respect so much, her character.
President Biden also pledging a peaceful transfer of power on January 20th as former President Trump prepares for his second administration.
America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate.
In a phone interview with NBC News, President-elect Trump was asked about his plans for mass deportations and potential costs associated with it. His response, "We have no choice when people have killed and murdered," and stated, "There is no price tag." Democrats are preparing for a political fight.
We're going to have to defend the Constitution and the democracy against chaos in the streets if they're really serious about trying to deport 12 million people and run over the Bill of Rights.
President-elect Trump will likely have some help trying to get his agenda through Congress. Republicans secured a Senate majority, but control of the House remains up in the air. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And President-elect Trump is set to make history with one of his first picks for his new administration. Mr. Trump says Susie Wiles will be his next White House chief of staff. She will be the first woman ever in that role.
All right, now what's next for President Biden? Well, first, a weekend trip to our coast. That begins today. The president is expected to arrive in the early evening hours. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, temporary flight restriction goes into effect at 5 this evening. This will be Biden's 12th visit to his North Shore's home this year.
New this morning, beach nourishment and dredging at the Indian River Inlet. According to the Delaware Seashore State Park, the project is set to begin soon. The agency says a portion of the Indian River Marina will close for 2 weeks in preparation for the work on the north side beach. That closure includes the grassy area between the marina and the shoreline where the rocks are placed. The agency says the area will reopen once work is complete.
Also new this morning and happening today, Delaware Governor John Carney will be visiting Sussex County. According to his office, Carney will be celebrating the opening of the new Tidewater Park playground in Laurel. Officials say the park is inspired by Nanticoke history. A lot of work and money has gone into the project, as it took almost $1 million grant to build. That event takes place at 11 a.m. at that playground in Laurel.
A thriller in Baltimore last night. The Ravens trailed the Bengals at one point in the third quarter, 21-7. But here, early in the fourth, Lamar Jackson, his fourth touchdown pass of the night. This one to Rashad Bateman, and the Ravens take the lead 35-28. Under a minute to go. Joe Burrow going to see his fourth touchdown pass of the night. It's a 35-34 game, and the Bengals, they would go for the two-point conversion in the win. But as we'll see here, Burrow's pass incomplete. A comeback win for the Ravens. They improved to 7-3. Well, more in this game later on CoastTV News today.
Ooh, I got zoned in a little bit with those highlights. That was fun to watch. All right, we're just getting started this morning on CoastTV News today.
Yeah, coming up, Paige, the weekend. It's here.
Yeah.
We got you covered with some cool things to do.
All right, sounds good. Also ahead, officials take the hatchet toss. We'll show you one staple of return day along the coast and which mayor came out on top.
And one family will need to rebuild after this car crashed into their house. Where the investigation on this stands by Milford officials. All that and more as CoastTV News today continues.
Gabby's a great bartender.
Oh, boy.
Tonight. Teach me about bartending.
Here's all my secrets for my career in coctology.
Mixology.
Keep an eye on them.
Happy's Place. Tonight on NBC and Peacock.
You look like Beethoven if he was in a mariachi band.
Tonight, it's the roast of George Lopez.
You really do love me.
And Jeff Ross is coming in hot.
Your head is so big, your name should be George Lopez Dispenser.
Lopez versus Lopez. Tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Feel the magic of the season as you wander your way through an immersive winter wonderland at Ocean City, Maryland's Winterfest of Lights. Let imagination flourish at Northside Park with thousands of twinkling lights and larger-than-life animated Christmas scenes. Sip hot chocolate, snap a photo with Santa, and enjoy the array of holiday exhibits under the illuminating holiday lights. Find your magic at Winterfest of Lights, an Ocean City, Maryland family tradition. Open November 21st through December 31st. Get tickets at OCOcean.com or Northside Park.
Swim on over to Solero atop the Henlopen Hotel in Rehoboth Beach for the 2024 Mayor Institute Finraiser. Come out to the kickoff event Saturday, November 16th at 4 p.m. Enjoy a fun-filled evening, live music, and a wine tasting with celebrity bartenders, hors d'oeuvres, desserts, and both live and silent auctions. The Finraiser is the premier fundraising event for Mayor Institute and endangered marine mammals and sea turtles. For more info and tickets, go to mayerinstitute.org.
Born in the stars, formed in the earth, shaped by designers around the world, and curated by Khalsa Jewelers in Lewis. Paul Chen, also known as Sunder Khalsa, is a meditation and yoga master as well as the owner of Khalsa Jewelers.
At Khalsa Jewelers, we offer signature pieces to celebrate love in those special moments in our life. Peace to all, light to all, love to all. Celebrate with us at historic Lewis and Rehoboth Beach.
5:13 on this mostly cloudy morning. Bay Health Cam in Milford. You're dry right now, and so is much of Delaware, but we do have a few showers just south of Delmar, between Delmar and Salisbury. Also, a scattering of sprinkles, very light showers across Maryland, and then farther south of Virginia. Just enough to wet the ground here, and they'll be moving through the next hour. Otherwise, we'll be drying out, unfortunately, behind this, and then that will set us up for a breezy afternoon with lower humidity and that chance of higher fire danger. 50s and 60s out the door this morning, so a little cooler. The winds are light now, but they will ramp up later today. Off to school for the kiddos today. Maybe a stray shower. Don't need the umbrella. Otherwise, mostly cloudy. 59. Then heading home, looking dry, breezy, and mild. Right around 70 degrees.
Bob, thank you so much. You're going to want to check this part out. Now, a car crashed into a house, and then it hit another car that was parked in the garage. We're going to show you the extensive damage on your screen. This all happened in Milford on West Bulrush Drive. The Carlisle Fire Company responded a little before 11 a.m. They say that they were originally called out for a small fuel leak. No word yet on any injuries or even what led to that crash.
We've got an update on a tragic story that we had earlier this week. We now know the name of the man who died in a crash Monday night in Seaford. According to Delaware State Police, 64-year-old Dwayne Jackson was killed in an accident. Happened on Route 13 sometime around 8. The early investigation shows that a Kia driven by a 33-year-old Milford woman crossed into Jackson's path, resulting in a crash. She was hospitalized with serious injuries and no official update on her status.
Days after the presidential election, books like 1984 and Fahrenheit 451 are flying off shelves following Donald Trump's re-election. Author Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale also hit the top of Amazon's best-selling books. In just one day, The Handmaid's Tale skyrocketed to third place from its previous ranking at 209. The Handmaid's Tale takes place in a male-dominated future America where the U.S. Constitution is suspended. In the novel, the media is censored and women are forced to bear children for the ruling class.
Dropping gas prices has slowed due to a rare November hurricane in the Gulf. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of gas only fell by 3 cents since last week, dropping to $3.10. Hurricane Rafael pulled away from Cuba Thursday morning after slamming into the island as a Category 3 hurricane. The association says once the storm clears out, it expects prices at the pump to resume their downward trend.
Still ahead this morning, officials taking the hatchet toss. We'll show you the staple of Return Day and which mayor made it stick.
You may be seeing a few sprinkles in and around the Salisbury area this morning. Otherwise, mild out the door, 61 on our Spicer Brothers camera. We've got a fire weather warning in effect for our area today due to low humidity and gusty winds this afternoon. That will elevate the fire danger. I'll have details on that, plus much needed rain on the way. I'll track it on Futurecast coming up in 2 minutes.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on CoastTV.
Fall into planning at Bella Terra Garden Center. Autumn is the perfect time of year for planting. Come check out our locally sourced collection of trees and shrubs of all shapes and sizes. Did you know that Bella Terra is open 7 days a week? Join our garden club for big savings and first access to all sale promotions. Stocked with the smallest succulents to the tallest of trees, Bella Terra Garden Center is here for all your gardening needs. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Located right off Route 16 in Ellendale.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
Welcome to the brand new Baths by Spicer Brothers showroom. Experience the future of bathroom remodeling. Baths by Spicer Brothers is Delmarva's exclusive BCI Elite dealer, offering more selections, styles, and colors, including options like the laser etch tile pattern system. Made in the USA, built for beauty and performance, our baths are durable, mold resistant, and guaranteed for life.
With no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2026, you have no reason to wait.
Call Baths by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
Brothers and sisters, a new day has dawned. The Detroit Lions are now on a path to become the kings of the championship jungle. Now, non-believers will crown C.J. Stroud and the Texans, but the light will shine on the Lions Sunday night in Houston. Sunday night football. Woo!
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today.
Time is 5:16, and we're getting a live look at Lewis. The lights along the canal there. Friday night lights just a few miles west of here, Bob. Cape Henlopen takes on St. George's in the regular season finale in Delaware.
Yeah, looking forward to that, the whole slate of games, Matt. And I tell you what, we've really lucked out with the weather on Friday nights for football, and tonight is no exception for Friday Night Lights. This forecast sponsored by DSM Plus, and make sure you bring a blanket and dress for the cooler weather. At kickoff, 60 degrees, and then by halftime, around 56, but pleasant weather there. But when it means pleasant weather, that's usually a downside, or there is a downside, and that's a fire weather warning that we've got in place all across Delaware and a part of the Jersey eastern shore, especially into this afternoon with lower humidity and gusty winds that will elevate the fire danger. Even though you don't have a fire weather warning farther south, still exercise caution around Salisbury and pointing south. We also have that fire weather warning extending into the eastern shore. And then that's all the way back into D.C., back into New Jersey, eastern PA into New York, and even southern New England. So we're not alone. A big chunk of the East Coast is very dry, and any kind of ignition from fire will cause problems. We do have the drought monitor showing severe drought conditions all across Sussex County, and this has expanded obviously with our dry weather. We are now up to 43 consecutive days without rain. The old record was 34 back in the fall of 2001. Now we've got mostly cloudy skies this morning. We have seen, well, a few little showers, a little sprinkle between Delmarva and Salisbury, but also more showers back into areas around Snow Hill, Westover, Nanticoke, but very, very light, probably just enough to wet the ground. These are moving through. These will be out of here probably in the next hour or so with bigger showers offshore. Otherwise, a front is moving south, and then much drier air is building in with high pressure building in. This will be our weekend weather while we have rain and even record snow, they're measuring in feet across the mountains of Colorado and New Mexico. Temperatures now into the 50s and 60s out the door. Winds are light out of the north, but they'll be ramping up throughout the day. So this morning, a stray shower, otherwise clearing skies. By noon on Futurecast, it will be cooler, so that should help the fire danger a little bit. Upper 60s, and then we're in the 60s and lower 70s into the mid-afternoon hours. Then this evening, breezy, and then turning cooler. In fact, pretty windy along the coast. By Saturday morning, we're into the 40s, and then as we go into Saturday afternoon, much cooler with 50s. That's it for highs. And then as we go into tomorrow evening into Sunday morning, looking at drier conditions. We do have a better rain chance, I think, as we go into Sunday evening, Sunday night, and Monday morning. So it looks like our streak of dry days should be ending at that time as we're looking at gusty winds once again into the afternoon hours. But then those winds really ramping up tonight, over 30 miles per hour along the coast. And we still have to exercise caution with the fire, even though it's going to cool off into the weekend. And good news on the rain front, maybe up to about 1/3 of an inch of rain Sunday into Monday. And as we heard earlier, we have Hurricane Rafael in the Gulf of Mexico. The good news here is that it just kind of fizzles out in the Gulf and will not make landfall across the U.S. But some of its moisture could get entrained with the front and then head our way. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 71 today. Much cooler Saturday with sunshine, 59. Maybe a little frosty Sunday morning, and then much of Sunday's dry, 65. But rain later in the day into the night, and on Veterans Day, 73. It dries out Tuesday and Wednesday, then another rain chance by Thursday. Umbrella winner today is Tracy Salamone from Millsboro. Congratulations, Tracy, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. And we've been showing you this morning some of the scenes from the big Return Day festivities that took place Thursday in Georgetown. One of the events, the hatchet toss with the mayors. Each mayor met up at 9 a.m. Thursday morning to take turns tossing a hatchet at a block of wood, hoping to be the one to stick it. Georgetown Mayor Bill West says it's a great way to get the Return Day festivities started.
Fantastic, fantastic. You know, we get that done early, and then we let the mayors sit back and relax and go to a couple events if they want to. And then they've got like a shuttle that all the mayors are going to ride in to go through the parade today, which I think is the first time this has ever been done. So that's fantastic.
And the mayor who ended up sticking the hatchet, Millville's Ron Belenko. The fun ended with a group photo of all the mayors together.
That is so cool. Coming up next on Coast TV News today, Veterans Day is approaching. We're going to tell you some fun events taking place in honor of that celebration. Don't go anywhere.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped me get to the first day at my career, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from my service helped me buy my first home. And I take pride knowing I will be the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
To learn more, visit nationalguard.com/DC.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We are Delmarva proud.
Introducing the future of crawl space restoration. DryTech is joining the teams of Delaware Crawl Space and Guardian Crawl Space. 3 trusted companies in the industry are coming together to serve you better, serving a larger area across Delmarva. Independently, with over 40 years of experience in environmental, health, and construction, our team provides exceptional crawl space solutions.
Dave and I have been blessed to call this place home our entire lives. We love serving the people of this community.
And we're here for your next crawl space project. Have you DryTech yet?
Fall is the perfect time to clean and disinfect your birdhouses so that they'll be ready for spring. My Backyard carries all the products you need to keep your feathered friends healthy and safe. We also have a huge selection of quality hand-picked birdhouses, baths, seeds, unique gifts and decor for expert and novice bird lovers alike. So come on in. I would love to answer your questions so that you can have the best bird experience ever. See you at My Backyard in Ocean Pines, where it's all about the birds and more.
Fall's the time to give your lawn the attention it deserves. The cooler weather and optimal soil conditions make it the perfect time for overseeding and fertilizing. Visit Johnson's knowledgeable staff for proper steps using our lawn checklist to allow newly seeded grass to establish before the harsh winter arrives. Our grass seed is formulated for sandy soil on the eastern shore containing no inert matter. Also, don't forget to create your fall masterpiece at our Dunbar or grab supplies to feed your feathered friends. Johnson's Seed and Feed, your local team to keep your grass green.
Tommy K. Morse was recently nominated as one of the top 5 female roofing professionals in the U.S. and Canada, and Morse Roofing and Siding was voted as the best roofing company in Sussex County for the last 5 years in a row.
Thank you, Sussex County.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Serving Sussex County, there's good.
There's better.
And then there's Morse.
And we're joined again by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey. Bit of a windy day, Bob, as we get later into Friday.
It will be, and we talked about it earlier, guys, that the fire danger is higher inland areas, but along the beaches, we're in good shape. A nice beach day. We're looking at Fenwick Island and Ocean City starting in the 60s. Maybe a shower here in the next hour or so. Then the sun comes out, upper 60s near 70 this afternoon. UV index is moderate, so have your sunscreen handy. Waves around 1 to 3 feet. Lewis and Rehoboth, 50s early on, and then upper 60s as we go into the afternoon. So really nice along the coast. On the bay side, moderate UV index in Cambridge, 59 this morning, and then into the upper 60s this afternoon. Very breezy and that higher fire danger. And then a little cooler for Crisfield with temperatures into the mid 60s. Much more on the elevated fire danger, the weekend forecast, and hopes for rain in the next half hour.
Bob, thank you so much. Now, it's been a long week with, elections and the usual work grind, but the weekend is just about here.
It is here, Paige, and here are some cool things to do around Delmarva. Ahead of Veterans Day on Monday, the Delaware Botanic Gardens is offering free entry for veterans with military ID. Plus, anyone bringing a food donation for the Home of the Brave Foundation, they can also get in for free.
Sounds good. Delaware Beer, Wine, and Spirits Showcase is celebrating 14 years this Saturday at the Delaware Agriculture Museum in Dover. You can expect tastings, food trucks, live music, special exhibits, and museum tours.
And don't miss the Rehoboth Beach Independent Film Festival at the Cinema Art Theater in Lewis. It runs through Sunday, and for more event details, tickets, and more, head over to CoastTV.com and click on Cool Things to Do.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Swim on over to Solero atop the Henlopen Hotel in Rehoboth Beach for the 2024 Mayor Institute Fundraiser. Come out to the kickoff event Saturday, November 16th at 4 p.m. Enjoy a fun-filled evening, live music, and a wine tasting with celebrity bartenders, hors d'oeuvres, desserts, and both live and silent auctions. The Fundraiser is the premier fundraising event for Mayor Institute and endangered marine mammals and sea turtles. For more info and tickets, go to mayerinstitute.org.
Spruce up your home with H&H Furniture and Appliances in Pocomoke and make this Christmas one to remember. Enjoy our huge in-stock selection with prompt delivery and 12-month interest-free financing available. Try our full range of Serta mattresses, America's #1 mattress brand. Relax in our Lazy Boy Motion Furniture Gallery. Browse our full line of appliances like Speed Queen and trust our professional and experienced installation and service team. Make your home a reflection of you. Merry Christmas from H&H Furniture and Appliances.
Welcome to the brand new Bath by Spicer Brothers showroom. Experience the future of bathroom remodeling. Bath by Spicer Brothers is Delmarva's exclusive BCI Elite dealer, offering more selections, styles, and colors, including options like the laser etched tile pattern system. Made in the USA, built for beauty and performance, our baths are durable, mold resistant, and guaranteed for life.
With no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2026, you have no reason to wait.
Call Bath by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
The Leanne Wilkinson Group was extremely professional, helped us navigate the sale of our home, and has extensive experience in the real estate market in coastal Delaware, which positioned us favorably for the sale of our home. We would recommend Leanne and her team to anyone who is interested in buying or selling a home in coastal Delaware.
Leanne is our forever agent.
The Leanne Wilkinson Group in Lewis, Delaware is a proud affiliate of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services PenFed Realty.
Now on CoastTV News.
A fire weather warning is in effect for our area today. Low humidity and gusty winds this afternoon will elevate the danger for fires. I'll have the details on that, plus much needed rain on the way. Your forecast is coming up.
Biden heading back to the beach after a Thursday Rose Garden speech. The president getting ready to spend the weekend along our coast.
Improving the inlet, we're looking at the dredging project that's about to begin at the Delaware Seashore State Park.
Recapping Return Day, the sights and sounds of the Sussex County tradition that promotes bipartisanship in the Delaware political scene.
This is CoastTV News Today.
Friday, November 8th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, we're about to hit 5:31 on this Friday morning, and we're dealing with a new warning related to the drought.
Yeah, it just keeps on coming, doesn't it? So we're going to bring in Bob right now. Bob, this drought's still haunting us, if you will.
Yeah, it is, and it's now over 40 days, guys, and it's not surprising that we have a fire weather warning in place. Now, this goes into effect, especially as we go into the afternoon with low humidity and gusty winds. So it's all of Delaware under this and parts of the eastern shore. Even though you're not in this around Salisbury and Point South, still exercise caution. It's still very dry with elevated fire danger this afternoon. Mostly cloudy. We had a few sprinkles earlier around the Delmarva area and also around Salisbury, but now a lot of that is drying up, but still some very light showers farther south into Maryland and then farther south into Virginia as well. But you can see they're kind of fizzling out, so maybe wetting the ground a little bit. Otherwise, we're going to be drying out as the front is moving south, and then that drier air builds in during the afternoon. 50s and 60s out the door, so just a light jacket is necessary. Winter coming out of the north, they're light now, but they will ramp up later on today. So we've got the clouds this morning, maybe a stray shower, especially farther south. Then the clouds clear out, and then we'll see temperatures cooler today. So at least we have that going for us with upper 60s late morning. Then those winds ramp up this afternoon, and then we're looking at temperatures into the lower 70s and then cooling off into this evening. Drivecast, green light out the door, sun and clouds, and then heading home also good. Green light there, breezy and mild conditions.
Thank you, Bob. We're now going to focus on those fire concerns on Delmarva as this drought continues.
Yeah, CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Milton. Lisa, a sign of the season are leaves. They look pretty, but right now they are a fire hazard.
Yeah, Matt and Paige, we've been talking about it for weeks now, but we have not experienced any rain on Delmarva, maybe a couple sprinkles here and there in over 40 days, and we haven't had to use rain boots like these in a long time, so it's hard to remember what it's like to really experience a rainstorm. And as Bob mentioned, we are under a fire weather warning. Due to those high winds mixed with the low humidity, it could definitely cause more fires to be seen if we are not careful during this dry time. And as you can see around me here in Milton, there's a lot of dry leaves on the ground. And as you mentioned, Matt, it is beautiful outside with all of the foliage, but it's dry leaves like these that can be a fire hazard. And there has been a burn ban in place in Delaware for a couple of weeks now in order to keep people safe. And the Maryland Department of Natural Resources actually banned open air burning, so no campfires, fire pits, or bonfires on the beach in order to keep us safe. And actually in Georgetown on Sunday, we saw a brush fire. It was controlled by officials, but we could see more instances like that occur if we are not careful during this time. Back to you.
Lisa Weber and Milton, thank you for that. And happening now, people in Jackson, New Jersey are praising firefighters who are currently battling the shotgun wildfire. Evacuations have now been lifted after people there were asked to leave on Wednesday. Officials say by Thursday night, about 60% of the blaze had been contained. They say the 350-acre fire is being fueled by record dry conditions.
It's all about letting bygones be bygones and honoring Delaware's history. Return Day returned to the coast on Thursday. The tradition goes back almost 2 centuries to a time when counting votes took days. And a big part of Return Day is also the food and the vendors.
Certainly is. And the Georgetown Circle was packed with people taking part of this nostalgic event. People enjoyed food, the vendors, and Coast TV's Brandon Ferguson shows us how many people were thrilled with another successful Return Day.
Music, vendors, and food. That's the recipe for a great Return Day, an event that stretches back more than 200 years here in Georgetown. Lori Miller is a vendor, and she says the Delaware tradition is just special.
Return Day in a sense of community and having everybody come out and participate together is wonderful. I mean, it's wonderful being part of this community.
And part of that wonder is the big parade, where the streets were packed, just not in the way they usually are.
And I just enjoy seeing everybody and talking to everybody and dressing up.
Normally at this time at the Georgetown Circle, you'll find traffic. But today on Return Day, you'll find foot traffic. Down here to my right at the Old Town Hall, besides it, you'll see food and homemade honey. Down here to the left, you can find shoes and shirts. Anything you can imagine is here in Georgetown at Return Day.
All the way back in the late 1700s, Return Day was more function than fun. Voters would cast their ballots at the county seat and then would return 2 days later to hear the results. Charlie Koski says he always looks forward to Return Day.
The celebration, it's a beautiful day, and so I'm happy to be here and participate.
This tradition takes place every 2 years, so if you want to return for the next Return Day, you will have to wait until 2026.
For Coast TV News, I'm Brandon Ferguson.
President Biden's highlighting the importance of a peaceful transfer of power in the wake of the 2024 election. In a Rose Garden address to the country Thursday morning, Biden congratulated President-elect Trump on his victory. Biden praised Vice President Kamala Harris for her historic campaign and congratulated her on the race she ran, even though she came up short. The president also laid out his plans for his remaining time in office.
You can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor only when you agree. Something that I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Now we have 74 days to finish the term, our term. Let's make every day count. That's the responsibility we have to the American people. Look, folks, you all know it in your lives. Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable.
President-elect Trump will take office in January with a Republican-controlled Senate. Control of the House still remains uncalled by NBC News.
And new this morning, security prep work for President Biden as he is scheduled to visit our coast tonight. This will be Biden's 12th visit to his North Shore's home this year. His most recent stay was the weekend of September 27th. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, a temporary flight restriction goes into effect for the Delmarva coast at 5 p.m.
New this morning, a big topic along the coast, beach nourishment and dredging at the Indian River Inlet. According to the Delaware Seashore State Park, that project set to begin soon. The agency saying a portion of the Indian River Marina will close for 2 weeks in preparation for work on the north side beach. The closure includes the grassy area between the marina and the riprap shoreline. The agency also saying that that area will reopen once all that work is complete.
Got a lot more news to get to. Well, also, Paige, you got that before I get into that.
Real quick. Also this morning happening today, Delaware Senator Tom Carper will visit Sussex County. According to his office, Carper will be celebrating the opening of the new Tidewater Park playground in Laurel. Officials say the park is inspired by Nanticoke history. A lot of work and money has gone into this project. It took almost $1 million grant to build. The event takes place at 11 at that playground in Laurel.
All right, got ahead of myself. Now we got more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
That's right. Still coming up this morning, we're talking car versus house. Yikes. You can see the damage from a crash in Milford, what emergency first responders were initially alerted for outside of this crash.
And also big night in Baltimore, a combined 8 touchdown passes on the night by the Ravens and Bengals quarterbacks. We have the comeback win in Crabtown.
And balloon boxes are open in Dewey Beach. How you can get involved with the project to beautify the town. Stick with us on Coast TV News today.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, like myself in tile, to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs, and that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your remodel.
I was able to look at everything that I was looking for my new kitchen, including the backsplash and the countertop and the sinks all in one place.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Is your garage door in need of an upgrade or a repair? Then Clark & Sons Garage Doors can help. We believe your garage door should be more than just functional. It should be a reflection of your personality and style. With over 60 years serving the entire Delmarva Peninsula, Clark & Sons delivers quality craftsmanship and exceptional service every time. We provide free estimates on new garage doors. Plus, we offer comprehensive maintenance services to ensure your garage door stays in perfect working condition. So call today and discover why Clark & Sons is the name you can trust.
Treat yourself to a culinary journey like no other at Benvenuto. Delaware Today named Benvenuto as a 2023 Best of Delaware Dining and Event Restaurant, where the perfect fusion of comfort, exquisite flavors, and a captivating atmosphere awaits you. Our passion for exceptional cuisine shines through every dish as we artfully combine international flavors and fresh, locally sourced ingredients. With stunning spaces and a private room for special occasions, our breathtaking Tuscan design sets the stage for an unforgettable dining experience. Benvenuto Restaurant in Milford.
Are you tired of rust stains, funny smells, and floaties? Are you concerned about contaminants in your water? City or well, call Shore Water Refining. We'll perform a comprehensive water analysis and offer a cost-effective solution in less than 48 hours. From whole house systems with water softeners designed for Delmarva to reverse osmosis bottle quality water right at your sink. Shore Water Refining, family owned and operated for over 50 years. Call or visit us online at shorewaterde.com today.
It is 5:41 on our Friday morning. Dry roads in Salisbury right now, 61. Maybe a few sprinkles earlier, but for the most part, we are dry. Unfortunately, dry across Delaware right now. Just a few light showers farther south of Golf Club Shores. And then from Maryland down to Virginia, southern tip of Delmarva, just a few sprinkles here. Nothing that's going to break the drought. Otherwise, we're drying it out as we go into the rest of the day. 59 out the door in Georgetown, 57 in Seaford. So a light jacket, and then some lower 60s at the beaches. Light winds now, but those winds will pick up this afternoon. So if you're on the golf course this afternoon, smoking a cigar or cigarette, dispose of properly. Really be careful out there with the higher fire danger. Mostly sunny and an excellent putt, by the way. Breezy and mild, 71 degrees. Another way to get your forecast is a CoastTV First Alert weather phone. It's sponsored by Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Thank you, Bob. 28 balloon boxes were aligned on Route 1 and Dewey earlier this year. Dewey and Bloom says the balloon boxes are up with seasonal flowers. So if you're interested in getting one installed on your street, just check out the Dewey Beach website.
From the Wawa Studios.
The Baltimore Ravens were back on primetime last night looking for a season sweep over Cincinnati. But as this matchup usually goes, it was down to the wire. We start in the fourth. Ravens down 1 with under 6 minutes left. Lamar Jackson floats to Mark Andrews for the score. Ravens score the 2-pointer to go up 28-21. Ensuing Bengals drive, Joe Burrow continues his assault on Ravens DBs, launches deep to Jamar Chase for a 70-yard touchdown. Chase racked up an insane 264 yards and 3 touchdowns in this one. This game is tied at 28. Same score, under 2 minutes to go. 3rd and goal for Baltimore. Jackson looking, rolling. A jump pass finds Rashad Bateman for the go-ahead touchdown. Ravens lead 35-28. Other end. Bengals need a touchdown on 3rd and 3. Burrow to the back corner for Chase again. Bengals cut the deficit to 1, and they want to go for the win. On the ensuing 2-point try, Burrow surveying his options. He'll start left, look to his right, eyes down Tanner Hudson, but they can't connect. Baltimore wins a thriller 35-34. The Ravens sweep the Bengals this year by a combined 4 points in the wins. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
Coming up tonight on DSN at 6, it is Down and Distance, followed by the Scoops and Scores pregame show. That leads into live Delaware high school football when Sussex Central visits Smyrna at 10:30. Bounce back week.
Here we go.
Nittany game week. It's bounce back week at 11. Final score on the DSM Plus app. We will have that Sussex Central Smyrna game. Here are your DSM Plus exclusives. All Delaware High School football. Woodbridge at Delmar. Cape home with St. George's. Sussex Tech makes the trip across Route 9 to face Laurel.
And coming up on Sunday night, the Detroit Lions take on the Houston Texans. Coverage at 7 right here on Coast TV. And then you can just stay put and tune in for your hyper local news coverage.
We're seeing a little bit of daylight right now in the Irish Isles. Camp clouds, some blue skies, 260 in Lewis. The bigger concern is a fire weather warning in effect for later today for our area with that elevated chance of explosive fires. I'll have that plus much needed rain on the way the next few days. Your forecast coming up in 2 minutes.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
Pulling up to a great-looking home is nice. Curb appeal is important. But here on the coast, even more important is dock appeal. At T&G Builders, if you can dream it, we can create it. For uncompromising quality, contact T&G Builders to design and build your coastal dream home. Over 30 years of integrity, empathy, and love. T&G Builders, the sign of quality. Visit us online at tg-builders.com.
If you've inherited a home or have a distressed property that you just want to be done with, then call me, Delmarva Dave. I buy houses. The process is simple. I'll make you a fast cash offer and close in 30 days so you can just move on. No agents, no showings, no repairs, and no stress. It really is that simple when you work with a professional home buyer like me, Delmarva Dave. I'll make selling your home a breeze.
Michael Anderson of Anderson Wealth Management has the strategies you need to help plan your retirement. Catch Wise Money right here on WRDE.
Imagine a home that truly reflects your unique style and sophistication. Welcome to Bay to Beach Builders. Step into the brand new Idea Home and Design Studio in Greenwood, where your dream home takes shape. Select every style, every color, and every detail. Our design specialists will guide you through every step. Experience the unmatched quality of Amish craftsmanship, blended seamlessly with modern design. And the best part, our homes are surprisingly affordable, starting at under $200,000. Bay to Beach Builders. Imagine your home. Create your space. Live your life.
Brothers and sisters, a new day has dawned. The Detroit Lions are now on a path to become the kings of the championship jungle. Now, non-believers will crown C.J. Stroud and the Texans, but the light will shine on the Lions Sunday night in Houston. Sunday night football. Woo!
It's 5:47 on your Friday. Friday, Bob. Let's take a live look at Salisbury right now. Doesn't it look like Salisbury is just celebrating Friday? I can tell.
Fireworks,
I hear the music.
I can sense the good mood, that Friday mood page. So it is good out there. You know, the weather's good, but it's too good. You know, we continue to have this drought with days and days of dry weather, and not surprisingly, a fire weather warning for pretty much all of Delaware and the eastern shore of Maryland. Now, Salisbury and points south are not under this, but that said, it's still very dry there. So even though you don't have that, use caution this afternoon. Low humidity and gusty winds will elevate that fire danger. We also have that for the eastern shore, and that's until 6 o'clock. And then D.C. and up through Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York also have that fire weather warning. So we're not alone in the dry department, as this is our latest drought monitor showing that severe drought area expanding all across the area, and really no relief until later Sunday and Monday. But now we're up to day 43 of the dry weather. Now we're blowing away that 34 days from 2001. We're looking at dry conditions, mostly cloudy across Delaware. We've seen a few showers near Salisbury earlier, and now just some lingering sprinkles a little farther south, right along the Virginia-Maryland state line. Eastern shore is dry, and those little sprinkles maybe just enough to wet the ground, but they'll be moving out here shortly as we're looking at drier air building in. And as we go into the afternoon, we'll see the humidity really drop as high pressure builds in and the winds pick up a little bit too. We're looking at rain and even snow into the mountains of Colorado and New Mexico. It would be nice to see some of that moisture, and we'll get a little bit by Sunday and Monday. But out the door right now, it's 50s and 60s, a light wind out of the north. Here's Futurecast this morning. We've got the clouds that will diminish, and then it will be cooler today, so that should help the fire danger a little bit. Upper 60s around noon, 60s and lower 70s mid-afternoon, but the winds pick up, the humidity drops drops and the fire danger goes up. We do cool down into this evening, still staying breezy to windy along the coast, and then a chilly Saturday morning with 40s, but it will be breezy, and then a much cooler Saturday afternoon. Highs barely getting out of the 50s. In fact, we're into the mid to upper 50s. That's about it. It's going to be a chilly day, and then we move into Sunday morning. A few clouds keeping us maybe a little warmer, but I think we will see some 30s at that time. And then Sunday, we increase the clouds, and this is our next rain chance as we go to Sunday evening, Sunday night, and Monday morning. That's when we have the chance of maybe breaking that streak of dry days. Let's hope. We're looking at those winds today, getting gusty this afternoon, maybe in excess of 20 miles per hour, and still pretty breezy this evening. And then overnight, the winds actually pick up, and at times over 30 miles per hour at the coast. So make sure you secure those items. And then we're breezy into Saturday. The winds do start to diminish as we go into Saturday evening. And this is great to see, maybe up to about 3/10 of an inch of rain from the Sunday night, Monday rain. That'll be good. And once again, we have Hurricane Rafael in the Gulf of Mexico. It's a big hurricane, but it'll wind down and diminish with time. But some of that moisture will get into a front and then enhance our rain, we hope, Sunday and Monday. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 71 today, and then much cooler, breezier on Saturday with sunshine, 59. Could be a little frosty Sunday morning, and then clouds increase Sunday, rain later Sunday into Veterans Day Monday. I don't think it's going to be an all-day rain. Monday, 73, and then cooler 60s thereafter. Another rain chance. That's good by Thursday, and 63.
Yeah, we'll take what we can get, Bob. Thank you. Police will continue to investigate after a car crashed into a house and then hit another car that was parked into the garage. We're going to show you the damage right now on your screen. This all happened in Milford. It was on West Bulrush Drive. The Carlisle Fire Company responded a little before 11 a.m. They say they were originally called out for a small fuel leak. No word just yet on any injuries or even what led to that crash.
Got an update on a tragic story we had earlier this week. We now know the name of the man who died in a crash Monday night in Seaford. According to Delaware State Police, 64-year-old Dwayne Jackson was killed in an accident, and that happened on Route 13 sometime around 8. The early investigation shows that a Kia driven by a 33-year-old woman from Milford crossed into Jackson's path. That resulted in the crash. She was hospitalized with serious injuries. No official update on her status.
Coming up on Coast TV News today, protecting against food poisoning. We'll show you how to stay safe and healthy against dangerous bacteria.
When you're ready to build an extraordinary custom home or an exceptional commercial building, Brendan T. Warfel is here for you. From high-end residential homes to customized commercial facilities, Brendan T. Warfel will provide you with honest and upfront pricing, personal service, and stunning finished products. Choose quality. Choose Brendan T. Warfel.
I build every home as if my family's going to live in it. If my name's going on it, it's going to be done right. I guarantee it.
With Brendan T. Warfel, excellence comes standard.
Minor surges happen every day in your home, shortening the lifespan of electronics and appliances. Major surges can destroy them instantly. Smart homeowners protect against surges. Like a seatbelt, you're glad you have protection when the need arises. A surge protection system from Expert Wire safeguards everything from kitchen appliances, TVs, to your home's heating and air conditioning system. Expert Wire ensures professional installation for complete peace of mind. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
Go Glass. Repair, replace, upgrade, or enhance. Go Glass is your go-to for everything glass, friendly and fast. From our Infinity insulated glass windows that we bake right here on Delmarva, to auto glass, and from shower doors to beautiful glass railings, even screen porches and patio doors. Go Glass is your one-stop shop for everything glass, friendly and fast. Online at go-glass.com. We're proud to be Delmarva's #1 glass company. Go Glass.
Ever have a day that just couldn't get any worse? Meet Tyler, the champion of chaos.
Having a day that's gone from bad to worse. When life throws you a string of unfortunate events, the Law Office of Trapp Nickel is here to provide a helping hand. Our experienced workers' compensation team is here to fight for your rights and help shape your misfortune into meaningful compensation.
If you've been injured at work, don't wait. Get the justice you deserve.
The Law Office of Trapp Nickel. Your priority is our priority.
Welcome to the brand new Bath by Spicer Brothers showroom. Experience the future of bathroom remodeling. Bath by Spicer Brothers is Delmarva's exclusive BCI Elite dealer, offering more selections, styles, and colors, including options like the laser etch tile pattern system. Made in the USA, built for beauty and performance, our baths are durable, mold resistant, and guaranteed for life.
With no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2026, you have no reason to wait.
Call Bath by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
It's an issue that's been in the news a lot lately. Food-borne illnesses can lead to hospitalizations that can even lead to death.
Yeah, every year in the U.S., an estimated 48 million people get sick from their food. Mandy Gaither shows us the key steps to preventing food poisoning.
Of the millions of Americans who get sick from foodborne illnesses every year, the CDC estimates 128,000 are hospitalized and 3,000 die.
That just a small number of bacteria can actually cause illness.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta says many of the foodborne illnesses making headlines lately are happening outside the home. He says whoever preps food needs to pay close attention to temperature and avoid the danger zone, which is between 40 and 140 degrees.
So if you're getting cold food, it should be colder than 40 degrees. If you're getting warm food, it should be steaming hot, greater than 140 degrees. Do those things. That'll go a long way towards keeping you safe.
The CDC says protecting against foodborne illness at home can be done with 4 simple steps. First, clean. That means washing your hands before, during, and after preparing food and after handling things like uncooked meat. You should also make sure utensils, cutting boards, and countertops are clean. And rinse fresh fruits and veggies under running water. The next step is separate. Keep raw meat, chicken and poultry, seafood and eggs away from other foods. Don't use the same cutting boards during food prep. Third, cook foods to the right temperature. Using a food thermometer is the only way to do that. Finally, chill. Refrigerate perishable food within 2 hours. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
It's now 5:56. It's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet, like all Fridays, brought to us by the Brandywine Valley SPCA. On your screen, that is Mona. Mona is a sweet and loving gal. She has such a precious personality, loves being babied, and come on, with that face, somebody, you need to go adopt Mona. They also have plenty of other lovable pets. You can see them all at the Brandywine Valley SPCA.
That's a cute face. Yeah, there's no denying that. We want to see all your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos of your pets at home and tell us what makes them so special.
Scan that QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friend to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
All right, it's almost 5:57. Time for a look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, drought, fire warning. That's how we're starting our Friday, Bob.
Yeah, it's the same old, but there is relief on the way as we go through the next few days, but not today with that fire weather warning in place with gusty winds into the afternoon and lower humidity. Out the door, though, it's cool with temperatures in the 50s, and we'll see some clouds, and then the sun comes out, and temperatures are a little cooler, so we've got that working for us, lower 70s, but then those winds get gusty, the humidity drops, that's when the fire danger goes up, so be extra careful into the afternoon hours. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Saturday, much cooler. It will be breezy, 59, and then 65 on Sunday with increasing clouds. I think we'll see some measurable rain Sunday night into Monday, Veterans Day, 73. Won't be an all-day rain. It's cool Tuesday and Wednesday, then another rain chance Thursday into next Friday with temperatures in the 60s, then 50s.
Thank you, Bob. And coming up in our next hour, President post-election. Ahead of his trip here to our coast, Joe Biden addresses the nation on the results of the election. That and more when Coast TV News Today continues.